Howdy! How's everybody out there in YouTube land today? I hope this finds you well. I hope that you're not getting this big old nasty snowstorm that's going on in my neighborhood. Got about a foot of snow on the ground out here right now, and more on the way, and then a big windstorm on the way. Turn it into a blizzard and bank up all the snow and make another big mess. But hopefully by the weekend we'll be past it and can get dug out.
You can keep it all in Indiana and just don't send any to Pennsylvania. That would be ideal.
I didn't want it here either. Lord, this is just awful. I don't like snow to begin with, so you can imagine how thrilled I am right now.
Right.
We got a bunch of people out there in the chat, Matt.
We do. Who's out there, Brenda?
Looks to me like Luanna Pierce is in the neighborhood. And let's see, Jim Bashirs is out there. Hey, Jim. Frenzy Wicked Truth. And Simply Wooden Creations. So that's Russ. Glad to have him with us. Jim Bashir says we got a foot of it up there in northern Indiana. No, we don't need any more. We need a lot less. I'm going to put up an ad by morning for free snowman kits.
Unlimited free snow. You haul away.
Yeah. Don't ship. You have to come pick it up yourself.
Well, she's stacked up with awesome facts to share, so that'll be good.
Yep. Well, what's going on in your neighborhood, Matt?
Oh, I am busy as a bee. My All Things YouTube channel is really growing, and so is Awesome Fun Things. I have been hitting it hard, Brenda, since the new year. My email signups are up 900%. That's good. Email is going to be a core piece of my strategy. I figured out something really complicated with my domain name. Did you ever notice how some emails come in with like a generic M for Matt or B for Brenda, and some have a nice little logo next to them? Like, Wendy's or whoever, like some businesses, they'll have a little avatar in their Gmail, the company next to their name, but the majority of them are just a blank default icon. I figured out how to change that. I made the change. I haven't confirmed it was done. Like all the reports are saying everything's valid. I think it just takes 24 hours to propagate through the internet or something like that, because it's one of those web things that's not instantaneous. So I was going to hire someone to do it for me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to spend an hour just try and figure it out. And about 2 hours later, I was done. So I think on future emails, you're going to see a green background that's this green color with a YouTube red logo in the middle and the little colored sunshine rays that are like light green, dark green type of thing. Mm-hmm. It's going to look like my branding in a really teeny tiny little logo. So you can see like a green dot with the yellow or with the red YouTube logo in the middle. I hope it's going to be cool. So I did that. I published an audio podcast on podcast.allthingsyoutube.com. My morning shows over on Awesome Fun Things. I've done 111 of them now. And I'm launching a new show on Friday. Launching the super terrific awesome show.
Well, Lord, you just been knocking it out, ain't you?
So now I'm doing 4 evening live streams a week and my 5 or 10 minute morning shows a week. So I'm doing 9 live streams minimum a week. And I'm making regular content. I'm making piano videos. I'm making woodworking videos. I'm making All Things YouTube videos.
Well, just stay healthy is all I can tell you, because Lord have mercy, I ain't hardly been able to get out of bed.
Yeah, you've been dealing with some health issues, which sucks. JJE is here. Jim Dockrell's here. Izzy iCat Planet is here. Richard Down, that's Mr. Rich Vibes. Mutt Nuts, A lot of people are coming in. Hi, everybody.
Yep, they're all strolling in,
All
trying
my
to
good
keep warm.
friends.
Jim Dockrell's in the house. Good to have all of you with us tonight. Everybody's come in to get warm from the snowstorm.
Yeah.
Well, Luana's got some facts out there in the chat. First one here that I'm saying says 23.9 billion, the total amount we're expected to spend on Valentine's Day this year.
That is a truck ton of money.
Well, they're going to get it from somebody besides me.
Yeah.
Because I ain't doing nothing for Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day starts at home.
Gotcha. Get yourself some chocolates. Get yourself some dark chocolate or anything like that.
No, oh no, no, no.
Mm-hmm.
The elder, the elder has spoken. Even just you saying that, it was oh hell no.
Speaking of food, my diet's going really well, Brenda.
Well, see, that's the sad part here, because with everything that I have lost in the last month, and no more than I've eaten, the scales are not changing any numbers. That concerns me.
Are you maintaining?
Yeah, it's staying right at the same thing. Okay. I don't know if the scales are broken, because I'm considering that, or if I'm broken, and I'm considering that. But I know that no more than I have eaten in the past month, because I go 3 or 4 days at a time with nothing. Maybe a few sips of water. That's it. And
well, when you starve yourself.
Well, it wasn't even starving. I just didn't have an appetite, and I knew that if I put anything down, it wasn't going to stay there. So, what's the point of aggravating yourself further? Just try to heal up a little bit before you put anything on it. And so, yeah, it's been a mess. Let's see. Her next one here says, which would make it the second highest year on record, according to the annual survey released on January the 31st of 2022 by the National Retail Federal and Prosper Insights and Analytics. So that's where she's getting her facts from.
It's good to cite sources. Artfully Blind with Diana is here. Hi, Diana.
Hey, Diana. Good to see you. Let's see, 21.8 billion. The total amount last year that Americans spent on Valentine's Day gifts for partners, friends, kids, pets, and more, according to the National Retail Federation. She put them up for you since numbers excite you.
I need my statistics for sure.
She wants to know if the girl liked the pig tiles.
Yes. Paris is her name, my son's girlfriend, and she loves them. They are getting ready to move, not this weekend, but next weekend, and they will be on full use. They will be in full rotation.
Now, she ain't that Hilton girl, is she? Are you trying to marry into money? Because he sees daddy's running out?
Last name is not Hilton. and her parents do not own a hotel chain.
Well, see, there's the problem. He needs, find him one that's got some money. Tell him, now, look, she's a pretty girl. She's a nice girl. I really like her, but there ain't no money. So get your sights set on like Paris Hilton.
Well,
so that she can take care of all of us.
Listen, my son and her are both in college. They have good majors. They're going to be working. They're going to do just fine.
But are they going to take care of daddy?
Me?
Well, hell yeah.
Would
who else is his daddy? Wait, he got more than one?
That's not how it works. Money flows from me downhill to him.
It's all about to change. Believe me. As for one, they had to take care of their parents. Believe me, I'm here to tell you that the schematics all change on that?
There was. Oh, there is there. I have my first sign of financial relief from my son. It's a baby step on a whole plan to wean him off my expenditure list, because the phone's my phone, the car's my car, his dental, all. Anyway, his new apartment, I did not co-sign for the new apartment. He got it on his own. Well, with his girlfriend together.
Mm-hmm.
Not so. My wife didn't co-sign, nor did I co-sign.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it was no financial skin off my back under his current situation, because he's got that covered. But from a legal point of view, I am not liable for his new place. So I was like, this is the first chink of the armor coming off. I said he's got a brand new phone. So in 2 years, he's got to get his own phone on his own plan. And eventually he'll get his own car insurance. When he gets a new car, he's got to buy his new car. Now he's going to use my car until the wheels fall off. So that could be a couple more years. Yeah, so we're getting him there. And then when you're 26, you can't be on the parents' health insurance anymore. He's not close to that. He's 21. So in 5 years, that'll not the anyway.
Well, see, that all work until something goes awry and there ain't no money, and he's got to move back in with daddy.
Well, I hope
because that's what they're doing now. See,
I'm gonna turn his bedroom into like a streaming room. I would have built a television studio in there.
Well, you better put a couch in it because you'll be sleeping on it. So they moved home now. Back when I was growing up, you didn't move back home. That was just not heard of. You didn't move back home. You figured it out on your own. You figured out how to make it, and sink or swim. Sleep in your car, whatever you had to do. But you wasn't moving back home. Now I did eventually move back home, but it wasn't because I was broke. It was because my dad wasn't having it any other way, but he was going to be living at home. He wasn't living with me. He wasn't going to live in a nursing home. He was going to live at home, and he couldn't take care of himself. So that's when I moved back home, and that was to take care of him.
Okay. Jimbo asks.
We tried putting him at my house, and anybody that would listen to him, he'd tell him, she's kidnapped me and she won't let me go.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah.
Could you? Why?
He had Adult Protective Services and everybody all over me.
That's
so I didn't have no choice. I had to move out there or I was going to get arrested or something just for trying to take care of him. Crazy man.
There's the door. Don't let it hit you on the butt. Jimbo asks, how are you doing and if you're feeling better?
Well, I have my moments. You never know exactly when the pains are going to strike. I got to be extremely careful with what I put down there on it because that ulcer is very, very finicky. It's got 3 speeds. I was telling Matt before the show, the first speed is, oh, don't even think about it. Hell no, you're not eating that. And then the second speed is, okay, I'll let you have a taste of that, but don't think you're going to put any more down here. And then the third one is, oh, I love that. Give me more. But that is very rare. There's only 2 things so far that I've found that it likes like that. And even then, you got to be careful how much you put down there because it will rebel. So, it has its moments. But Tylenol and Imodium and Gas X and Tums, those are my best friends now. They live right next to my bed.
I hope you pull out of it completely soon. It seems like you're trending upwards and trending towards the better end of the spectrum, so I'm happy about that.
Well, I do have spells where I can at least get out of bed now. There's a few days there where, it's all I could do just to get up to take care of myself and let the dog out. And now, I can manage to do that without being in excruciating pain. But man, I tell you, when that thing cramps up, it cramps everything up. Back muscles, everything. Just tears you up. I don't wish this on nobody. It's horrible. Let's see. Jim Dockrell says 39% of the amount of the CEO of Starbucks raised to 20.4 million after they raised prices due to inflation. Corporate profits are up 31%. Which reminds me of something I wanted to say on the show that I heard the other day that Heinz Kraft, because they're pretty much one and the same now, they're going to be raising their prices as of the 1st of March. So if you like Kraft foods or Heinz foods, you might want to get a little bit before you get to the 1st of March. It might save you a few bucks. Just letting you know.
Could you imagine? Is Jim Dockrell saying the CEO earns $20.4 million a year? 39% of the amount.
Or is he saying that the CEO raised the prices?
The amount, 39%, the amount of the CEO Starbucks raise. So he got a 39% raise, and now it's 20.4 million, and corporate profits are up 31%.
That's a lot of money.
That is a truck ton of money. I weaned myself off of Starbucks. Christmas Eve, I had Starbucks, and I was hooked for a month.
I don't like them. I had to try it once.
Yeah.
I used to be a secret shopper, and they sent me to Starbucks to get a cup of coffee. And I had to bring it back out to my car. They sent me special scales to weigh it on, and this special thing to take the temperature of it, and I had to report all that back. And so there I am sitting with this cup of coffee. I don't even like coffee. But I thought, well, this is supposed to be such a wonderful thing that everybody brags about so much. And so I took a sip of that. Oh, Lord have mercy. I opened the car door, threw the rest of that out in the parking lot, and went to wiping my tongue, trying to get the taste out of my mouth. Then I went to looking for a cat because I wanted to lick its behind to get the taste out of my mouth. That is the most horrid stuff I ever tasted in my life.
No
I don't know
way.
how
I
in
love
the
it.
hell anybody can deal with that.
It's bitter, and I love the bitterness of it. I love it.
Ooh, it's nasty.
It's delicious.
Ooh.
Yep.
Let's say going on down through here, see if we've got any more.
Let me ask a question to the audience here.
Well, ask it.
I'm going to take apart my piano. I did it once before, and I need to technically just re-screw down the little screw that holds the white keys in place, because on a couple notes, you hit the notes and they kind of clack like something's loose. Would anyone want to see a video of me taking apart my piano and then fixing the keys? I think I'm going to remove the white keys, get epoxy that's formulated for plastic. I'm going to re-screw the keys down, but I'm also going to epoxy them down so they'll never come off and they'll never come loose, because the way it's engineered, they've got a metal screw going through the plastic white key into the plastic bed. So it's plastic on plastic with a metal screw. That doesn't seem like the best bonding, the best way to permanently attach something.
Won't the epoxy melt the plastic?
It's formulated to bond with plastic, so no. It could melt the key, says Jim Bashirs. Well, I don't know. I just don't want it to wiggle loose again. because I already did it once. And every time you take the screw out of plastic and re-screw it back in, I guess you're making the hole it's going into more and more, open. I don't know.
I don't know
Stream
either.
it, stream. I don't know if I'm going to stream it because it'll be a long operation. It'll probably be an hour to do it. And there are screws every 3 inches around the base of this. So 3 inches on the short way and 3 inches on the whole span of it. You got to take all those out, and then you got to take the key bed off, and there's a lot of screws in that instrument. I did it once.
So basically, what you're telling us is you have a lot of screws loose.
A lot of screws, yeah. I used an egg crate, and I was putting the screws in the egg crate. Some of them are different sizes, and keeping track of where they came from. When I put it back, I didn't have any extra parts left over. I'm like, okay, I guess I did it right. And then it's fixed. And then I bang away on it for a year, and it starts getting loose again. See, this is a nice piano, but it's the lowest end piano that they make. So and I want to buy another piano, but I'm like, this one works just fine, except for the clickety clackety keys every now and then.
Well, tell Evan that Valentine's Day's coming up, and Daddy needs a new piano.
Yeah. Now here's the question. All right, help me out with this one. There is a similarly priced, similarly spec'd piano. I guess it's like one notch nicer than this one. Not miles better. But it's all red, and it looks amazing on camera. So I could have an all red. Now, the keys are white and black, but the casing is all red. Should I get that one, or should I really step it up and buy a more professional, capable machine? I don't know. I'd really like an all red piano. I was going to spray paint this, but what I did was I taped it all off except a little strip. You can kind of, I don't know if you can kind of see that. No, you can't. I did spray paint just a little strip in the back because real pianos will have red felt. So when the keys, you can just barely see it, but they have a little strip of red felt. So pianos with a little red felt are perceived to be higher end pianos because some of the digital pianos don't have them. Mine doesn't have it. It's the lowest one. So I wanted to spray paint a red strip on there. And I was like, I'm just going to spray paint the whole thing red. And I spray painted that one strip, and it looked awful. Like the paint didn't sit well. It wasn't even. And I had, spray paint for plastic. It says it bonds to plastic. So I used one of the vinyl cutter stickers from the Cricut cutting machine.
Mm-hmm.
And I put a red sticker over top of it to cover up the ugly paint. But had I tried to paint all the plastic, because that's when I had the piano apart, I was just going to take it in the shop and just paint just the plastic shell all red, and it would look awful. But I could buy another piano that's all red for about the same price as this one.
Well, I was going to say pinstripe it.
I would like to have a Van Halen style piano, with the black, white, and red stripe. Well, the red background and the black and white stripes over top. But that might be a little much to look at every day. I don't know.
We got some more facts out there.
Okay, what do we got?
Luana says the Saxons call February, I think it's Soul Month, which means cake month, because they would offer cakes to the gods during February. February is the only month where it's possible to go the entire month without having a full moon.
Oh, okay. Saxons, eh? Gotcha. Artfully Blind with Diana has a fact. She says the painting Starry Night of Van Gogh is most valuable painting in public collections, in world valued at $900 million. $900 million for Starry Night. Well, I have a Starry Night inspired painting in my office. It's not Starry Night, but it's inspired.
Jim Bashir says we had a customer that changed epoxy on their machine and it melted the plastic covers on our equipment.
Okay. Well, then I guess the question is, how would I bond two plastic pieces together that's driven with a metal screw, but the metal screw will inevitably fail over time as I bang away at the key and it vibrates and eventually loosens up? Or maybe I just put epoxy in the screw hole and maybe it bonds to the metal screw and just won't let the metal screw come up, never releasing the white key that it's trapping. I don't know. Loctite the screw. Well, no, Loctite's for metal on metal. I don't think Loctite will work. What is, Jim? I have both the blue Loctite, which is crackable open, and I've got the red Loctite, which you need to throw a blowtorch on it in order to get the red stuff off because it bonds almost solid.
See, Luana,
I have plastic epoxy. Richard Down is asking. Thought you could buy. I do. I have a whole tube of it. All kinds of Loctite.
Luana's got another fact here. It says February, March, and November always start on the same day of the week unless it's leap year.
Oh, look at that. February, March, and November.
Yeah. And then she says it was February of 1964 when the Beatles made their first American television appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show. Over 73 million Americans watched it. And Frenzy says no number from 1 to 999 includes the letter A in its word form.
Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, Jim put this a few times. I missed the first one, Jim, but thanks for repeating it. A recent study found your brain lives 15 seconds in the past. How does that work? How would anyone know that? If everything is perceived 15 minutes in the past, it would seem like
15
everything's
seconds. Seconds, not minutes.
Well, seconds, yeah. But if everything was offset 15 seconds, how would you know? I need to see the white paper on that, please. Not that I think you're lying. I just am curious to know.
Leonard says they make special glue to do that. Check with a company that makes the plastic.
Okay. Oh, Van Gogh only sold one painting in his entire life?
Yeah, see, that's the thing about being a good artist. You're not going to get rich till you're dead.
I know. Because once the public knows you can't make more stuff, your stuff becomes more valuable.
See, that's why I've told people, you better buy my art now while it's cheap. Because I'm still breathing. But when I'm gone, I got news for you. It's going to skyrocket to the moon.
I'm going to get rich.
Jim put up a URL there. I'm not real sure what that's for. Something on the Daily Mail.
It's probably his why you are seeing the world 15 seconds out of date. Your brain shows you images from the past instead of trying to update your vision in real time. Study reveals. Okay. I will tear into this article. Thank you.
Frenzy says the King of Hearts is the only king in the deck of cards without a mustache. And Luana says today in 1959, the day the music died, a tragedy of the music world occurred on this day in 1959, the day Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper died in a plane crash. Well, let's see. We got somebody on there that needs to be
I got him.
done away with.
Gone.
They need a new hobby.
I suppose they do. Let's not dwell on it. Don't dwell on the trolls.
Oh, gosh.
So I was learning a song on the piano, but I think I'm going to put a pause on it and come back to it. I was trying to learn We Built This City. And it's a fun song. It's a fun song, but it gets really hard. So I think I'm going to switch to something else and then come back to it. I did put a little blurb out on Facebook of me playing the first part of it. But, you know, sometimes I think you got to reassess these things. And I'm learning a different song. I'm learning Demons by Imagine Dragons. It's a good current song. It's fun. So we'll see.
I'll be glad if my gut will heal up enough so that I can start doing some things again. There's a lot of things I'd like to be doing, but, you know, when you're sick, it's like, oh no, you're not going to be doing that. Just lay still, cuddle up with this heating pad, and just lay here and be nice and quiet.
You know, you got to do what you got to do. And if you need to shut the stream down early, I mean, take care of yourself. But I'm good. But, you know.
Yeah, it's not tearing me up right now. It's been calm today. I'm not going to say, 100% pain free. I'm going to say calm. It's not been cramping me and running me nuts today, but I know very well that can change in a heartbeat. Because it's been like this since New Year's weekend.
You got to get yourself healthy there. You can't be.
Talk to the ulcer. Because I'm perfectly willing. But it seems to have a whole mind of its own. Did you ever see the movie Alien?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm Sigourney Weaver. And I'm just waiting at any moment for that thing just to come popping out at me.
Imagine Dragons wrote the theme song for Mickey Mouse's Clubhouse. Really? And then Frenzy wanted me to pronounce a fun word in her fact. She says, if you open your eyes in a pitch black room, the color you'll see is called Egrengaru. All right. Probably was nowhere close to what it actually is pronounced like, but there you go. Have some spaghetti, Brenda. Ooh,
That's
red
got
sauce?
tomatoes in it. No.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good
Nothing
idea.
with tomatoes. Now, I can do noodles like a tablespoon and then leave it alone for a few hours and then maybe do another tablespoon. But, it's not even going to take noodles or pasta in any large amounts. It's going to sound idiotic, but it likes the chicken noodle soup from the Chinese place. More specifically, the broth off the chicken noodle soup at the Chinese place. It doesn't like any other kind of chicken noodle soup. It doesn't like Campbell's. It doesn't like the Campbell Chunky. It don't like the Prego. Any of the Swanson, you name it. No, it doesn't like any of that. But it does like the broth off the chicken noodle soup at the Chinese place.
Let's hope the Chinese place stays in business.
Oh, they've been here since I moved to town 9 years ago. I don't think they're going anywhere.
Okay, good.
But I can't get there right now, with the snow. So That's another reason I'm going to be looking for the boys with the shovels tomorrow to see if they can get me shoveled out of here so that when I do need to get to town, I can go.
All right.
But it likes mild cheddar cheese with Ritz crackers. Don't like saltine crackers. Don't like any other kind of cheese. It has to be mild cheddar cheese with Ritz crackers.
That is
And
very specific.
and even then, it's very small amounts. You know, you can have maybe two, a little piece of cheese on a cracker, and you got to let it go a few hours.
Wow, Brenda. Wow. Rockstar 8970 Abel is here. Says cheers. Hello.
Hello, Rockstar.
Got some more facts from Frenzy Wicked Truth. She says a group of hippos is called a bloat. A bloat of hippos.
I've got one of them in my gut.
Did you know hippos are killing machines? They will F you up hard.
Well, it's all you got to do is look at one and know that.
I mean, no, but they are no joke. Like, oh, a big, fat, cute thing. Look at it. No, it will go after you.
Stop talking about me.
Oh, hey, Brenda, now stop.
I didn't see a big, fat, cute thing.
I mean, seriously. All those jungle animals, hippos are stacked up at the top of the list of the most lethal things. Hippos, they are no joke. And then she says, crows, group of crows is a murder, which I did know that. Murder.
I'm gonna find somebody with a baby in a stroller, and isn't she a big, fat, cute thing? She a little hippo.
Brenda, can't be talking about other people's babies. That's a line you don't cross. Fact, Alaska is the only state whose name is on one row of a keyboard. Look at that. Yeah. How about them apples? Alaska. Boy, wasn't Alaska like the worst decision the former USSR made? They sold it to the United States. They're like, it's just an ice cube. Sold it to us on the cheap. I think it was for like $1 million. The whole state of Alaska. It has resources. It has a huge military advantage being up there. Like, sure, we'll take it off of you.
Yeah, but they know that if they ever want to take us over, all they got to do is skip across a couple icebergs up there, and they're here.
Well, maybe so, but yeah, that was a mistake for sure. But oh my goodness.
Well, I put up a couple videos earlier.
I did catch one of them. Your heifer.
Heifer's up, and there's and that's when the fight started.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I'll have to find out.
For everybody's viewing enjoyment, I did manage to get that much done today. I am so far behind on comments, and I really apologize to everybody for that. But I think, they'll understand being sick is being sick. And I'll get up with the best of intentions that I'm going to get that done today. But by the time I get anything done that has to be done, just taking care of myself, take care of the dog, then, it's I got to lay down. And
there's a filter for comments that might be a bit of a relief to you. You can hide all comments that don't have a question mark. So, for example, if you said, well, I have enough strength to maybe reply to 10 comments, but not all 200, you could say, just show me the ones that have a question mark in there, which are likely questions for you to answer, and you could just answer them.
So, I don't really say that much in them anyway, so it's not that big of a deal, to drop the comment in there. What it is I go through and then I watch a video of theirs. Because they have been kind enough to come and watch my video and leave comments, so I do the same for them. And all that takes time. And that means setting up for long periods of time. Sometimes I'm at that for 2-3 hours. sometimes more, depending upon how many comments that I get. So, right now my body is not taking it, but I swear to God, eventually I will get caught up. It might be the end of the year, but I'm doing what I can.
Good deal. Luana says February 9th is Read in the Bathtub Day and Pizza Day.
Not for me.
Oh, pizza's back on the menu for me because my wife found these flatbread things. They're super thin and they have very low carbs. So I put some pizza sauce on there, put some mozzarella cheese, a couple pepperonis. I bake it and I got pizza again because it's not a bread product. It's not a wheat based.
Well, see, my gut would maybe accept just a taste of that bread, but it wouldn't take nothing else that you mentioned.
Okay.
So no, that wouldn't work.
And the spaghetti sauce has almost no carbs in it, and it's flippin' delicious. There's a whole, and they also make marinara, and they make other red sauce. I mean, oh man, it's just as good as anything you've ever had, and it just doesn't have any carbs in it. I'm like, bring it on! Pizza's back on the menu, baby. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Let's see. She said that February 9th is Reading the Bathtub Day and Pizza Day, and then she said February 10th is Send a Huge Amount of Cash to Jim Dockrell Day. That's Jim Dockrell saying that. Frenzy says the average adult spends more time on the toilet than they do exercising. Let's see.
Cream cheese brownie day is Feb 10.
I call
and umbrella day.
Sprinting to the bathroom is your exercise.
Oh no.
Because I have had so much exercise in the last month that it is not even funny. I mean, it's the boy. Scarlett don't even look up anymore.
Oh no.
Say the first few times that happened, she jumped to her feet to say, what's she running from? And then she just got used to it and said, well, her feet's on fire and her butt's about to catch, so I'm just going to stand back and leave her alone.
Poor Scarlett. I'm glad she's not freaked out anymore.
She don't know what to think about the snow. She has to go out every few hours just, to patrol the perimeter and see how much snow's out there.
Oh no. It's kind of warm here. It's 42 degrees out.
Yeah, that's what it did here. It got up in the 50s before the big hoopla.
So then it's all going to drop.
Yep. Drops like a rock.
How does that happen? Like what weather situation forms to make that possible? That big of a swing?
Cold air coming down from the north.
Oh, but it's like a wall. It's like over here is warm and just right next to it is freezing. It's like
pushes the warm air down to the south.
Ay, ay, ay.
It says that right now it's 19 degrees and snowing. And see, this one doesn't tell me what the wind chill is. But our wind chill tonight is supposed to get like 20 below because the wind's going to be 40 miles an hour. And that's not going to be good for me either, because all that is what's caused this gut issue that I've got going on, is these high winds and that damn tree still standing out front. Can you imagine if that thing comes into my house tonight in the middle of the night in the middle of a snowstorm?
You better sick your lawyers on the township.
Well, I think I've turned everything into the attorney that he needs. That's how I spent last weekend. I told him I was sick, and he says, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Get this together as quick as you can. Well, Lord have mercy. So I had all kinds of receipts and everything in the world to go through, and I had to ask people for letters, and I got all that stuff together Monday night. I had it all put together and sent that off to him. And I said, here, I think this is everything you need. I mean, I wasn't even nice about it. And so he sent me back a message and he said, thanks for taking the time to put this together. So I haven't heard anything back. I guess he's got everything he needs and we'll see what they come up with. But I told him that I want that tree and that stump out of there. I'm not kidding. Now, if they refuse to do it, I'm not real sure exactly what I'm going to do about it, but I'll come up with something. I might have to call Acme and get me some of the Coyotes dynamite.
Oh, dynamite. That would be fun. Blow it all the heck.
See if I can blow that thing. The city offices is just a block away. If I can just blast it over there to the city offices so they can deal with it and tell them what they told me. It's in your yard now. It's your problem. See if they like my attitude then. They didn't like it before.
Brenda. You should start a revenge counseling service. I think you'd be real good at that.
Well, I'll tell you what. He better get done what I need done. That's all I got to say. They better be paying attention and getting this knocked out. You don't know how tempting it was for me to call them up today in the middle of the snowstorm and say, you said that you was going to wait till winter to get that tree out of here when you weren't so busy. Well, guess what? It's winter. So I suggest you get over here and get it out before the winds go to 40 miles an hour tonight.
I could imagine you doing that.
But I don't want to do that with this stuff with the lawyer. I don't want to make any waves until we get that under control.
So do you think this would qualify as not crying over spilt milk? No, yours is much more severe than that because that's February 11th, according to Luana. Official Make Friends Day and Don't Cry Over Spilled Milk Day. Your tree situation is not equivalent to spilled milk.
No.
February 12th is the day we officially celebrate Lost Penny Day and Plum Pudding Day. Plum pudding.
Years and years and years ago, I made a plum pudding. I can't remember how I did it now.
Isn't there a nursery rhyme? Stuck in his thumb and pulled out a plum. Forget what that's for.
And said, what a good boy am I.
Colt 49ers are here with a whiskey glass. Hello.
Hello, Colt 49ers.
And a Marlboro logo has the screen. What kind of channel is that? I want to see the channel. You've piqued my interest. This is the hard part. You got to actually go search for the channel name. You just can't right click it.
Well, you know what you should tell them about?
What?
Is those links that we've got in the description of the video that shows how to find people's channels.
Just another channel to stream and random video sometimes. Don't expect much. It's a place to chill and shout and shoot the crap. That's the channel. Well, welcome, Colt 49ers. Welcome. To shoot the crap, it could be about anything, no trolls and haters and BS allowed per Colt, the Marlboro guy. I'm going to subscribe to you, sir.
You're right up Matt's alley.
Yeah. I'm all things YouTube. It doesn't look like he's really focused on his YouTube channel, but if you need help on YouTube, I can help you out. I do like interesting YouTube channel names, and I like interesting YouTube channel avatars, the profile icons. I do like it.
Well, tell them about how they can find each other's channels there by
sure
following the rules.
Brenda has 2 links in the description. One is a link to a Google form, which you can fill out. And the other is a read-only spreadsheet, which is the output of that Google form, which lists people's YouTube channels of people who have showed up in the chat. So I think if I do !sign up, I get the one. And then if I do exclamation spreadsheet, is your Stream Elements going? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you put those comments up on the screen for the Stream Elements reply? Yep, there they both are. So I will I can screen share the one. Why don't I do that? So hit the share button, share screen, grant permission, select screen, click share. Okay, now you can put it up. So we got this here. Whoops. And these are all of BrendaG's channels that have been in the chat and have entered this. And what you could do is you can click a link, go to their YouTube channel. If you like what you see, you can hit this button. Don't hit this button if you don't kind of like their content, because we want real, organic, true followers. And there you go. That's what Brenda is doing for the community. And it's a way you can get new folks into your channel, and it's a way you can find new channels. Make friends. It's all about making friends.
Because a lot of times, you can go to the search on YouTube and type in the name of the channel, but it doesn't come up in a search, or it's 5,000 channels down or something before you can find it. This way, you click directly on the link and you can go straight to their channel. I think they did us all a huge disservice when they took that off of the little 3 dots behind the comments in the chat, so that you could go to people's channels.
They were worried about people just catching the subs.
Yeah, but I got news for them. They got bigger fish to fry.
I know. Well, now they took out the count of the dislikes, which was the stupidest thing ever. That set YouTube apart, because you could have a visual indication of the quality of the video before you clicked on it. And now people are going to be clicking on stuff that's mediocre. And, they're like, well, it hasn't stopped engagement. Well, but you can't measure if people are annoyed or not.
Yeah.
And I think it's ultimately going to hurt the platform. But they're hell bent on it. They're like, nope, our tests prove it's fine. We're going to keep the count away. Although you can download a plugin that puts it back. Now they say they're going to shut off the API that makes that plugin work, but I don't think they've done it yet. But because without that, then you have to do the ratio. You know what that is? So then it's the number of likes, because that does have a count, versus the number of comments. And the idea is, if it has few likes and a crap ton of comments and people are complaining about it, it's called you got ratioed. You ever hear that out there on the interwebs? Because like in Twitter, for example, they just have the heart button and the number of hearts, and they've got replies. They don't have a downvote like YouTube used to have. They just have that. So what people would do is, if a celebrity does a hot take and says something completely stupid, they'll get like 200 likes instead of like 20,000 likes. They'll get like 200 likes, and they'll get 10,000 comments. You're like, you just got ratioed. But it's kind of harder to discern that ratio. It's better just to see number of ups and number of downs. It's real quick in your mind. Like, you don't have to kind of play this mental math game. But anyway, that's what we're going to be up against now. Ratios.
Luana says February the 15th is National Gumdrop Day and Singles Awareness Day.
Singles Awareness Day? Why
I am very, very aware that I am single. And I keep it that way.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
My
we're getting towards the top of the hour here, and
Yep.
you're wearing out, and I'm wearing out. So I think it's probably
Oh,
a place to
I want to
go
share
ahead.
one thing before we go, if we can. I'm probably going to make stickers. I already have a shirt available that just says "Watch me on YouTube," and I wore that shirt to a sold-out hockey game. There were 10,500 people at this game. I walk in wearing this shirt. I walk in, find my seat, put my coat in the seat, and I go down to buy something to eat. Was there like an hour early. People are like, "Oh, can I know what your YouTube channel is?" I was like, "Yeah," and I would give them business cards. So many people asked me about my YouTube channel. Some I didn't even talk to. I just handed them the business card, and it was a lot of younger people too. So the point is, if you're sort of an introvert and you have a YouTube channel and you want more audience, do that. It's friction free. You don't have to talk to anyone. They talk to me. And the one younger girl says, "Can I follow you on YouTube?" Like, she didn't even use the right vernacular. Can I subscribe? Really, you subscribe to people on YouTube. I was like, "Sure." And I handed her the business card. She says, "Thanks." She pulled out her phone and gave me a subscribe right there.
Now, just be honest. She said, "Would it be okay if I follow you?" And you said, "Baby, you can follow me anywhere."
I
Now,
ain't looking for that.
just be honest and just put it right out there, because we all know.
She must have been like 22 years old. So, but
With daddy issues.
well, yeah. And then there were other people too. Like, because I'm walking this way and someone's walking this way. They're like, "Oh, you're on YouTube." I pull out the business card, and as we're walking away from each other, I look behind, hand him the card. It's like, it's the best thing ever. So I'm gonna make a sticker like this and just stick it on the laptop and on the iPad and stuff like that. So when I'm in Starbucks or whatever, "Oh yeah, okay, here." And I'm gonna wear my shirt that says "Watch me on YouTube." That's all it says. It doesn't say all things YouTube. It doesn't say awesome wood things. It doesn't say pan. It's just no branding. Just watch me on YouTube. I think it's brilliant. I think I'm on to something, Brenda.
Yeah.
I'll report back how
But
good it is.
you need to stay away from them little girls.
And some of them were probably still in school. Because why else would they say, "Can I follow you? I want to follow you." Like, that's not the right vernacular. But that's what you do on like Twitter. That's what you do on Snapchat. It's follow, 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 follow. But YouTube's a little different. It's subscribe. I was like, but I didn't fight it. I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Just be careful when them little girls' daddies find your business card. Who is this feller?
Oh.
Be calling you up on the phone. I'll tell you, I don't think I've told you this story before. Years ago, when I lived on the farm, I had chickens and rabbits and, all kinds of farm critters. And I used to run an ad in a little farm paper there, that told whatever that I had for sale that month. And if people was looking for it, they'd come out and pick out what they wanted or didn't want, or, whatever. And we transacted the business, and they went on their merry way. Well, one day I'm sitting at my desk, and I think I was catching up on rabbit pedigrees and getting my paperwork all in order, because all my rabbits were pedigreed. And the phone rings. And so I answered it, and lady on the other end says, "Well, I guess you know who this is." I said, "No, ma'am, I don't know who you are." And she says, "Oh, of course you do." And I said, "Well, I guess then you're going to have to refresh my memory, because no, your voice doesn't sound familiar." And she says, "Well," she rattled off some guy's name, and she says, "I bet that sounds familiar."
Why can't people get to the point? My God.
I said, "No, ma'am, I don't know who that is." And she says, "Oh, stop lying to me." And I said, "Ma'am, you're going to have to be more specific, or I'm going to hang up the phone. I don't have time to deal with some foolishness here. If you have something to say, spit it out." And she says, well, maybe you can tell me how your phone number ended up in my husband's wallet. And I said, well, no, ma'am, I can't tell you how my phone number ended up in his wallet. And she says, well, it sure was there. So I'm sure you have a story to tell. And I said, well, let me ask you a question. And she says, all right. And I says, do you live on a farm? And she says, well, yeah. And I said, do you raise any animals there on your farm? Chickens, rabbits, sheep, goats, ducks, turkeys, any kind of farm animals on your farm? And she said, yeah. And I said, well, I run an ad in a country living paper about the animals that I have for sale on my farm. People come in here and pick out what they want, pay me for it, and take the animal and go. We don't even exchange names. So he may have got my phone number out of the magazine. I says, has he bought any chickens or anything lately? Yeah. I said, well, I suggest that you start looking at home and trying to find out what would make somebody have somebody else's phone number in their wallet besides you thinking that there's some hanky-panky going on before you start calling around and accusing people of stuff.
Good on you, Brenda.
And hung up the phone on her. But yeah. So it's happened. And you're passing out business cards.
I live on the edge.
Some guy call you up, hey, what's my wife got your business card for?
Because she likes YouTube.
What's this awesome wood things?
Yeah, it was a cool social experiment, and I'm gonna fully embrace it because no one wants to come up to a stranger and say, "Excuse me, do you know I have a YouTube channel?" Like, F off. But like people who are interested, like, tell me about that. Boom, here you go, instant subscriber.
I don't know which is worse. Is it the awesome wood things or is it the awesome fun things?
What do you mean worse?
For their business card to end up.
Oh, probably awesome fun things is more risque.
What kind of fun things you offering, buddy?
Very exciting fun things.
Oh, Lord. Well, Luana has put a whole list up of days, what they're for this month. The 19th is Lash Day, and I think that's lash them to a post or something. And
Love Your Pet Day is the 20th. Sticky Bun Day, 21st. Cook a Sweet Potato Day. Dog Biscuit Day. Tortilla Chip Day. Chocolate Covered Nut Day. The 26th of February celebrated as Levi Strauss Day and Tell a Fairy Tale Day. And the 27th is Polar Bear Day. 28th is Public Speaking Day. And 29th, Rare Disease Day. Maybe we'll end it there.
Well, there is no 29th this year. This is not leap year.
No. Only election years for president are leap years. Did you know that?
Yep.
Yep.
So we'll be skipping the Rare Disease Day this year. I don't need no more surprises.
Exactly.
Well, we'll go ahead and we'll shut her off here. We've made it to a few minutes after 8. Everybody check out my vids that I got up. Check out the things that Squirrely over here is doing. He's got a video a day going up someplace, sometimes 2 or 3.
Well, I told an outrageous story about my freshman high school earth science teacher. It's on Awesome Fun Things. It's the latest video out there. It's worth it. It's 2 or 3 minutes. It's going to be worth a watch because it's a crazy blast from the past. Yeah, go for it.
All right. Well, we'll shut her down here and we'll see you on down the interwebs.
Night, everyone. Stay awesome. Catch me tomorrow.